Well, good evening, everybody. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are struggling right now, and so I don't have anything fancy prepared. I don't have any script to follow. I'm just on here tonight to let you know you're not alone. I've had to do a lot of soul searching myself this week when everything came up and the vaccine passports or the vax passports or whatever you want to call them came into effect, and it just seemed like there was more restrictions coming in. I went into a really deep, dark place myself where I just couldn't stop crying, didn't want to do anything, just had no zest for life anymore. And I want to tell you that if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. I had to listen to my mom actually when she said, "Amanda, remember what you teach. Remember what you've learned. Remember what you teach." And I really had to work hard at implementing those things that I teach. And I really want to help a lot of you out tonight with what I've discovered by going through the things that I teach and having to heal myself and move myself forward and get myself to get out of bed, to be able to cope with what's going on, to be able to cope emotionally and mentally with the world right now and what is happening. The first thing that we all need to know is we have this 2 million-year-old brain, and it's not built to make us happy. It's built for survival. So it's always going to look for the worst possible scenario that's going on. Your mind's always going to focus on what's wrong and not what's right. You're always going to look at the worst of what is happening. And we need to remember that we have to focus on the things that can actually happen that are good, the things that are going for us and not against us. A lot of times we don't even pay attention to our posture. When we feel really down, our shoulders start to slump. Just think of, when you feel sad, where do your shoulders go? Force yourself to put your shoulders back and sit up straight. And it's amazing how much even just that slight little movement can help you to feel a little bit better. Just a little bit better emotionally and mentally. One thing that we're all facing right now is everybody's so scared. We're so full of fear. And that's one thing that's driving us to look at the worst case scenarios in everything right now. We're scared of each other. We're scared of everything that's going on. We're scared to go places. Now, a thing with fear is there's 2 acronyms for it. So forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Which one are you going to be? I've learned that I need to face everything and rise. There's no more running away. We just need to face things. We need to understand what's going on. Because the opposite of fear is courage. And we just need to have a little bit of courage. If you're fearful and you're scared of everything, you're scared of getting sick, you're scared of all this, you're scared of a lot of things, that's all you're going to focus on is fear, fear, fear. And we need to have bravery and just keep living our lives the way that we can, however we can. Also, be careful what you focus on. A lot of times we focus on the wrong things. We focus on the past and we focus on the future in a very dark light. Instead, we need to look at what's happening in a positive light. What's happening that's happy today? What are some things that are going on? Let's look at the future as if things are actually going to be bright. Don't look at what's happening around the world and think, oh my God, it's going to happen here. It's okay to try and get yourself to be prepared for what may happen in the future. But if you just keep looking at the future in a dark light, that's all you're ever going to see is darkness. And we need to look for the light. Look for what can go right. We tend to focus on things like what we can't do, but instead focus on what we can do. You may not be able to go into a restaurant right now if you're not vaccinated, but you can still get takeout. You can still have a picnic in the park with that takeout. There's a lot of things that you can still do, but our minds will always focus on what we can't do. instead of what we can do. And it just takes a little bit of work. Be grateful every day for what you have. Is there something every day that you can be grateful for? What's in your life right now? For me, it's my dogs, it's my horses, it's where I live. My dogs make me laugh. They also frustrate the heck out of me. But find something that can make you laugh every day. Find a friend who thinks the same as you. Find a friend that you're able to talk to, that you're able to be yourself with, that you don't have to hide from. Everybody needs a little bit of community. And just know you're not alone, because there are others that are in your situation. If you're unvaccinated, I'm in your same situation. I know what you're dealing with. So just be a little bit grateful each day. And guard your mind from what's going on in the world. There was actually an experiment done where they took a person and they asked them a simple question, which they knew the answer to. And they had the answer correctly. But then when they put them into a room full of actors and actresses that were told to give them the wrong answer, after they received the wrong answer from 80% of the people, they actually changed their mind to the wrong answer and they started giving the wrong answer to the researchers. So you need to stick to what you know is the truth. Go with what you feel is right in your heart, not what the media tells you, not what anybody else tells you. The media will always tell you the worst case scenario, will always make it sound horrible. They're there to play on your emotions. I want you to know, what is the truth in your heart? What does it feel? Does it feel right or does it feel wrong? If you know what the answer is, stick with that. But also be able to open yourself up to other opinions as well. Be open-minded. One story is a coffee story. And it's, if you had a cup of coffee and somebody puts a teaspoonful of sugar in it, what do you have? We have sweet coffee. Now, what if somebody goes and accidentally drops 1 drop of strychnine, poison, in your coffee? What happens? Well, you're dead. So life is both sugar and strychnine. And guard your coffee. But the moral of the story is that right now, we need to guard our minds. Always guard your mind. Because there's going to be people that can tell you you can't. And there's going to be people that will tell you that you can. And those are the people that are putting sugar in your coffee. Align yourselves with those people. Be with the right people, the people that are putting sugar in your coffee. And just know that no matter what, you're loved. Whatever it is, there's somebody out there that's with you. So just remember, we have that 2 million-year-old brain. Have the right posture. Don't live in fear. The opposite of fear is courage. Focus on the past, the present, and the future in a bright light. Focus on what you can do and what you can't do. Figure out what you're grateful for each day and practice that. And then guard your mind. And yeah, Robert, I see your comments there too, and that the right answer for you and the people you care about is to get vaccinated. Well, that's not for everybody. I'll tell you my reasons is because I have severe allergies. I shouldn't have to reveal my medical information to anybody. Nobody should have to do this. And why are we in a world that we have to do this now? And yes, vaccines have been around for years, but not the mRNA vaccines. They're brand new. All the other vaccines were interviral vaccines, which meant they had a piece of the virus in it. It wasn't meant to synthesize it. And I've had talks with my specialist about it, and we've decided to wait. We've decided at this point that it could be a little bit too dangerous for me. I have people that I know in my life that have been injured by these vaccines severely. one which is on dialysis right now 3 times a week. After getting one dose of the vaccine, it caused her kidneys to fail. There's other people I know that have become paralyzed and had to be on immunosuppressants, and now they have to live with a ruined immune system for a while. And so, you know, there's a lot of different opinions out there. And I'm glad for those of you that didn't have any effects by it. That's great. I'm glad you didn't. But right now, I just don't feel comfortable with it. And some people don't, and we need to learn to respect that opinion. People need to respect each other's opinions, and they need to understand that no matter what the opinion is, we just have to be grateful and we just have to respect that. So, and yeah, I know that the people that have been dying and intubated have mostly not been vaccinated, but if you take a look at the stats, they post them every day. And, you know, if that's a person's choice, that's a person's choice. Now, I'm a believer that, you know, when I was born, God knows the day I'm supposed to die. And if it's meant to be from COVID, it's meant to be from COVID. If it's not meant to be from COVID, then it's not meant to be from COVID. I can't live my life in fear. I can't do something that I feel is not right for me or my body. And so that's why I say just respect people's opinions. Respect what they're going through, what they're dealing with. And, you know, once there's more research that comes out that shows that it is safe for me, that it's not going to ruin my kidneys or make any of my conditions worse, by all means, I'll be there to roll up my sleeve. But at this point in time, I need to think rationally instead of emotionally. And a lot of people have an emotional connection to this. And for me, I just have to think about what's best for me and my body at this point. So that's why I say just respect other people's opinions. Know that nobody means to hurt anybody else. And people just need to understand that. Anyways, using those techniques that I gave you tonight, I've been using those this week. It's helped turn me around. It's helped me to look a little bit brighter. I still have down moments, and I still feel somewhat down some days. And I just have to remind myself of this stuff. Let's take it one day at a time, guys. That's what we've always been told, right? There's that song, one day at a time, sweet Jesus, one day at a time. So let's just focus on today, because yesterday's in the past. We can't do anything about it now. And they call the future a present for a reason, because we haven't made it there. So let's only focus on today and getting through today. Have a great night, everybody.